Welcome back to our channel, Intimate Viewpoint. As we continue with our series on reigniting intimacy, we will be delving into a pertinent topic titled Different Parenting Styles. Stop fighting and try this. Kids don't just test your patience, they test your marriage too. One parent says we need to be firm. The other says they are just kids, let them learn naturally. And somewhere in the middle of all that, there is a confused child, wondering which rules to follow. And two parents who feel more like opponents than partners. If you've ever argued about bedtime, screen time, homework, or discipline, you are not alone. Millions of couples struggle with this exact thing, okay? The real question, however, isn't who is right. It's how do we work together? So, today's episode is not an attempt at teaching you what training format to adopt in training your kids, but an attempt at exploring what happens when parenting styles clash and how you can find balance before the arguments take over your relationship. Let's get started. Different parenting styles. Stop fighting and try this. Try what? Well, before I start sharing with you what to try, let's take a look at the collision. The collision. In scene 1, we see Kejoni in the living room watching cartoons at 8:30 p.m. Kejoni was the child of these two parents whose family we are visiting now. And as at 8:30 p.m., he was still watching what? Cartoons. Here comes Elena, his mom. Listen to what she says.
Okay, that's enough screen time for tonight. It's bedtime, and I don't want to argue about it.
Hey, it's Friday night. Let him stay up a bit. There's no school tomorrow.
That's not the issue. He needs consistency, and it's already late.
I get that, but a little flexibility won't hurt once in a while. We don't have to be strict every single time.
And there it is, the classic bedtime battle, right? And the collision of two concepts. Yes, it's the collision of two concepts. Two loving parents. One wants structure, the other wants freedom. Two separate concepts. Here we see the concept of structure espoused by Elena, the mother, and the concept of freedom espoused by Malaki, the father of Kejoni. Both are trying to do what's best for their child, but their disagreement starts to sound like a tug of war. Let's listen again as they continue the conversation.
Every time I try to set limits, you undo it. He doesn't take me seriously anymore.
I'm not undermining you. I just don't think bedtime should be a power struggle.
This isn't really about bedtime. It's about what? Values. One parent values discipline, the other values emotional connection. Neither is wrong, but when they fight for control, the child loses direction. When parents go head-on collision in the presence of the kids soon learn to begin playing one parent against the other to the kids' own advantage, but to the detriment of the family bond. I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about. Now, let's talk about understanding your styles. understanding your style is very important in fixing this issue. Before you can fix the conflict, you need to understand what's driving it. Parenting styles usually fall into a few broad categories, and it is important to point out that some of the elements that define a parent's style, unfortunately, may have their roots in some deep childhood trauma that has hitherto gone untreated. Talking about the parent. Do you understand? Okay. So, number one, remember, we are looking at understanding your styles. And there are broad categories, about 5 broad categories of parenting styles. Number one, the domineering. Yeah, the domineering. And under the domineering, we have such things as follows. Rules equal to strict. That means strict rules applied very strictly without any allowance, no latitude. Expectations equal to high. Flexibility equals to low. Empathy absent. Communication absent. Under the domineering style, I take it again. Rules strict. Expectations high. Flexibility low. Empathy absent. Communication absent. If you fall under the domineering style, then these are your characteristics. Let's take the second one. Number 2, the permissive. That's the permissive style. There are parents that fall under this category. Under the permissive style, listen, rules absent, expectations low. That means such a parent does not place any expectation on the child at all. Flexibility excess, too flexible, too permissive. Empathy high, yeah, full of empathy but too flexible. Always wanting to understand and be too understanding. It becomes excessive, so communication too high. I'll go over it again. For the domineering, rules strict, expectations high, flexibility low, empathy absent, communication absent. For the permissive, rules absent, expectations low, flexibility excess, empathy high, communication high. So what exactly is this parent communicating? Being so permissive, what exactly is such a parent communicating? That communication is high does not necessarily mean it's a good thing. Number 3, the authoritative. That's another style. So under the authoritative, we have the following. Rules firm, expectations moderate, flexibility high, empathy high, communication high. Number 4, the laissez-faire. That's another style. The laissez-faire parent style or parenting style. Under the laissez-faire, we have the following. Rules absent. By the way, the laissez-faire means someone who is not involved, not wanting any child to be annoyed with him, so he doesn't bother correcting a child, not wanting trouble, wanting to be just, dormant as if he were not there. The parent is there as though he were not being involved, being absent, yet present. That's the laissez-faire parenting style or attitude. So, rules, no rules, absent. Expectations, low. Flexibility, excess. Empathy, high. Communication, low. That's it. Those are the 4 styles that we have, not 5. There are 4 categories we are looking at today. Now, most couples are a mix of 2 actually. For example, one might be more authoritative, while the other parent leans permissive. These differences don't make you incompatible. They just mean you have different temperaments, okay? And that's actually good if you learn how to blend them. We go to exercise 1. You know what? Dear parents, I've got an exercise for you. What's the exercise? Write out these gradings and try and score yourself on each one. So, follow the tabulation on the screen. I have a table here of 3 columns. Column 1, serial number, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Column 2, elements. Those are the rules, expectations, flexibility, empathy, communication. Then, the 3rd column is where we have score, in brackets 1 to 7. So what you will do as an exercise is, you will draw this table, put the serial numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then next column under elements, write them out as on the screen. Number 1, rules. Number 2, expectations. Number 3, flexibility. 4, empathy. 5, communication. Now, under score, you are going to score yourself. 1 being the weakest or lowest. 7 being the strongest or highest. So, between 1 to 7, score yourself on rules, expectations, flexibility, empathy, and communication. Are you a person who sets rules, or you don't even care? If you don't care at all about rules at home for your kids, then from 0 to 2 will be your score. You set rules, but you don't really enforce them. You may be under 4, between 4 and 3. If you are too strict about your rules, you don't even give any allowance at all, you may be at 7. So that's just a brief example anyway. That's your reality check. You are doing good or very good if all of your scores are above 3 but below 7. Yeah. If you score above 3 but below 7, you are doing good or very good. 7 is not, that highest score is not good. Yeah. Being number 7 does not necessarily mean you are okay. Even in an area of communication, only empathy can score 7 and it will be good. Even in communication, if you are scoring 7, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. It may mean that you are maybe overbearing, wanting to always thinking you are communicating, but the child, when it becomes too much, may actually interpret your excessive communication tendencies as prying into his or her privacy. So anything that is excessive is not good. Keep it moderate. Give yourself those scores and see how you are doing sincerely. Up next, let's see the compromise. The compromise role play scene 2. Here we see Kejoni, the son of the couple, Malachi and Elena. He is slumbering on his homework and looking frustrated. So his dad addresses him. Listen.
You've been staring at that page for 20 minutes. Just take a break, we'll try later.
No, he has to finish it now. He's always giving up when things get hard.
I can't do it. I hate homework.
A compromise. Yeah, a compromise is urgently needed here. And this will depend to a large extent on the inner development of each of these couple as I see it. Yeah. The compromise that is required here, if it's going to occur, will depend to a large extent on the inner development of each of these couple. The inner development they have acquired over the years. Otherwise, the collision could go south pretty fast. So let me know in comments below if your collisions often end in sweet compromise at home, or how you have handled one recently, or if they always go south. You understand how I mean? See how this couple managed this one. Role play scene 3. Let's listen. The mom is saying something. She takes a deep breath and makes this statement.
Okay, maybe we both want the same thing. You want him to feel supported, I want him to build persistence.
Right, so maybe he can take a short break, then we help him finish together.
And there is the turning point. Compromise. They didn't win or lose. They simply found a way to support the same goal. Teaching resilience and protecting emotional health. Nevertheless, remember, the outcome still depends largely on what inner development both or at least one of the couple have or has acquired over the years. Parenting isn't about being perfectly aligned in every moment. It's about your own emotional intelligence and the right combination of fairness and flexibility and the wisdom to know which one is required at the right time. Let me quickly offer you 5 actionable steps towards effective parenting. Number 1, privatize collisions. That's one step. Never allow collisions in front of the kids. Let it happen privately. Let them always see that dad and mom are a team. Number 2 actionable step, identify your common concepts. Yes. What lessons matter most to you both? Respect or honesty? Effort? Go ahead and base your rules on shared values, not personal preferences. So identify your common concepts. Actionable step 3, agree on non-negotiables like bedtime, screen time, chores, whatever matters most. Present these as joint decisions. Actionable step 4, let small differences slide. Let them slide. You don't have to parent identically. If one parent allows a few extra minutes of play, that's okay, as long as the big picture stays consistent. Okay? Actionable step 5, check in weekly. Check in weekly or maybe monthly. What does that mean? It means you schedule a short parent meeting between you and your spouse. Schedule it. Review what's working, what's not, and adjust together. These small habits build emotional trust, not just between you and your child, but between you and your partner. At the end of the day, you are not just raising children, you are building a family unit. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's to be aligned enough that your child feels secure in both your love and your leadership. So, the next time you disagree, pause, take a breath, remind yourself you are on the same team. After all, the strongest families aren't the ones that never argue. They are the ones that always find their way back to unity. Don't give up. You still have one more move to make. Reach out, share your thoughts in the comments below. What parenting differences have challenged your relationship the most? Let's talk about it. You are not alone in this journey. Remember, everything is going to be all right again. You've got this together. Keep it going together. Stay in touch for the next episode of Intimacy Reignited. For now, it's bye-bye.